Hi everyone, my name is Izzat Haikal. In my group, I will explain about how Mak Yong dance itself was created through Kelantan traditional Malay arts. This time, I will start explaining my introduction about this Mak Yong theatre. In the origin and story of Mak Yong is a kind of traditional dance drama from the northern state of Malaysia, especially Kelantan and Kedah. It is one of the most authentic Malay performing arts performance and is believed to have originated from the ancient Patani kingdom of Kelantan. About 800 years ago, exists as a folk tradition and also in the royal palace. However, it now exists more as before. Mak Yong's stories are unique and different from wayang kulit, which is derived from Ramayana. Of the about 30 main stories, the most important are Dewa Muda, Prince of the Sky, and Dewa Pichil, Prince of the Sky. Some stories may be adapted from the story of Jataka, which is the story of an earlier Buddhist life. An example is Anak Raja Gondang, the story of a celestial prince who was born in a shell. Fans said Dewa Muda is the archetype of a romantic hero, while Dewa Pichil represents a tragic hero. Dewa Pichil is an intense story that evokes strong emotions.
A typical Mak Yong performance starts with an offering and then includes dancing, acting, music, and impromptu speeches and dialogue. Multiple nights in a row of 3 hours presentation of the same story are possible. The performance takes place on a temporary open stage made of wood and palm leaf in the traditional village setting. The audience is seated on 3 sides of the stage, while the orchestra, which consists of a 3-string spiky fiddle, 2 double-headed barrel drums and hanging knock gongs, is seated on the 4th side. The majority of the parts are filled by women, and the narrative are based on traditional Malay folklore featuring royalty, deities, and clouds. Mak Yong is also related to shamanic healing practices that involve song, trance dancing, and spirit possession.
Misunderstandings of the art. There are misunderstandings about the nature of the show, including its memorial ceremony, the concept of Amin, which means it's an unseen story, and its impact on the audience led to its ban in the state of Kelantan. Experts believe Mak Yong appeared long before the Islamization of the country. It was presented as a royal theatre under the direct auspices of the Kelantan Sultanate until the 1920s, where Pa spanned the theatre. Since then, the tradition was maintained in a rural context because of its animist and Hindu-Buddhist roots, which predate Islam in the Asian region by far. Or you can say they banned for its un-Islamic elements and clothing, which leaves women's head and arms uncovered. But then, it recognized by UNESCO in 2005 as a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. Mak Yong encompasses elements of dance, music, acting, singing, and storytelling. Mak Suti, one of the members in Pasukan Mak Yong Cahaya Matahari, said, "Those who do not understand Mak Yong will quickly judge it as sinful." Mak Yong may be sinful, but if you do not really understand what it is about, its essence and origin, and just judge by appearance, that is the reason why a lot of people condemn the Mak Yong performance. Besides that, another member called Mat Jal bin Mat Dali also said, once we've seen it, we can judge it for ourselves. Why is it prohibited? Which part is sinful and not allowed? Watch the performance and evaluate on your own. If you just listen to other people saying not to watch Mak Yong because it's shirk or religiously wrong, we do not even know what it is all about. Let's watch it ourselves and make our own judgment, okay? So, At the end of the day, Mak Yong is a folk tradition that lives in the early 20th century that has had people having many judgments by its cultural activities until today. Whenever it is just tradition or religion related, it is up to ourselves to learn deeper about it or just superficially believe random people, because sometimes people just want to believe what they wanted to.
Fortunately, there are highlights in this traditional art form. In 2005, Mak Yong was recognized as a UNESCO masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity, which reflects the finesse of a nation's cultural tradition. Since then, universities and institutions of higher learning with traditional performance art syllabuses have begun to incorporate Mak Yong into their repertoire. These include Universiti Malaya, Universiti Pendidikan Sultan Idris, University Malaysia Kelantan and Sunway College. As Dean of Dance Faculty of Asmara, Zamzuria Zahari has also been active in enabling platforms for Mak Yong performances and teaching, which include organizing webinars that explore the growth and challenges of Mak Yong locally, as well as in the region. Additionally, Pusaka has worked closely with traditional Mak Yong masters for more than 20 years, during which they have done extensive documentation of traditional Mak Yong, organized countless performances locally and abroad, and successfully trained the next generation of performers in this group, with the support of partners including the Asia Foundation. Cendana's Adiguru grants for traditional master performers have also helped motivate Mak Yong masters to continue to teach the younger generations in their community.
Nevertheless, more remains to be done. Both Fen and Zamzuria Zahari expressed their wish for Mak Yong to continue to be established, with a greater focus on the traditional, authentic and vibrant. Zamzuria says, Mak Yong reflects our original identity and will always be relevant. Since the UNESCO recognition in 2005, more needs to be done to cultivate traditional Mak Yong, to develop, nurture and brand it as well as traditional arts in other countries, for example, Noh and Kabuki in Japan. Fan hopes that the current one-year Cendana Adiguru programs may be extended for longer terms, such as for up to 5 years. She also stressed the importance of documentation, whether by pusaka or scholars. She says it is extremely important that these oral traditions be captured as much as possible, as once a master performer goes, she brings along an entire body of knowledge with her. Fan also hopes that the perception towards Mak Yong may be more open. She urged whenever there is an opportunity to experience or learn about authentic Mak Yong, please embrace it, for it is a uniquely Malaysian art from capture the folk genius of our communities.
Okay, the conclusion of Mak Yong dancer. My opinion, Mak Yong is a traditional form of dance drama from the northern states of Malaysia, especially Kelantan and Kedah. It is one of the most authentic representation of Malay performing arts and is believed to have originated in the ancient kingdoms of Patani, Kelantan about 800 years ago, existing both as a folk tradition and also in royal courts. However, it now exists more as the former. Mak Yong stories are unique and different from those of the Wayang Kulit, which had its origins in the Ramayana. Out of approximately 30 main stories, the most important are the Dewa Muda, Young Prince, and Dewa Pechin, Azai Celestial Prince. Some of the stories may have been adapted from Jataka tales, that is, tales of the previous lives of Buddha. An example would be Anak Raja Gondang, the story of a celestial prince born in a conch shell. Fan says Dewa Muda is the romantic hero. attack, while Dewa Perce represents the tragic hero. Dewa Perce is an intense story which evokes strong emotion. I hope